Is that fair, or is some sour grapes from former colleagues? Senator Lindsey Graham joins us. Nice to see you.
Good to be with you.
All right, he has some support from former colleagues, but he sure is getting hammered from some former colleagues. You worked with him. What was he like when he was Speaker?
Well, when you look at his record, he accomplished things in Washington we haven't accomplished in a very long time. Very productive. Welfare reform. Welfare as we know it ended on Newt's watch. Balancing the budget. Entitlement reform. And the coup. The coup was in my office. And I was one of the guys that thought Newt was being too cozy with Clinton and was very erratic, and he was erratic at times. But now in 2012, after I've sat down and tried to solve hard problems like immigration and, you know, coming up with a rational energy policy, he was trying to lead a revolution, deal with Bill Clinton, run the government from a House perspective. I think we were probably too hard on him.
So are you saying that he's not a different man in that respect, in terms of that aspect of his job as Speaker, but that you have a different vantage point or a different understanding? Is that the way you're saying?
I mean, after I've tried to sit down and govern, putting together compromise on big emotional issues, it's difficult. And what he was able to accomplish with President Clinton is now viewed as pretty historic. But he did have an erratic nature.
What does that mean? I hear that sort of popular word. Everyone says erratic. What do you mean?
On Monday, we would say we're not going to give a $500 tax credit to people who don't pay taxes. We're going to give tax credits to people who have a tax liability. He goes to the White House on Tuesday, and by Wednesday, we're giving a $500 tax credit to people who don't pay taxes. That was, to me, that drove us crazy to a certain extent. But now I understand how difficult it is to put deals together. And I think I've matured, and I think he's mellowed. And those who underestimate Speaker Gingrich do so at their own peril. He's been dead twice. Will he come back again? I don't know. But when you talk about conservatism, when he's on, there is no better messenger for what we believe as conservatives. And when he's not on, he's a danger to himself and others at times. But what I see with this version of Newt Gingrich is a guy who feels more comfortable with who he is. And if you're going to change the place behind me, Washington, if you really want to make change substantial and real, somebody's got to come here and rock this place, because we're going nowhere quick with the current formula. So from my point of view, Newt's candidacy is okay if he stays in. I don't mind it one bit.
Well, you use sort of the code word of some of his critics. He's danger or erratic. And I mean, if you're sitting out there and you're trying to decide who to vote for, and you hear that, you know, you really want to know, what do you mean by danger?
Well, I think President Obama is dangerous in the sense that he's able to sell policies that are not good for the country long term. But I guess what I'm saying about Newt, why did we lose confidence in him? Because he was changing the game plan. The last group to talk to him sort of won the day. But I can't imagine his job. The first time Republicans had the Congress in 40 years, trying to lead a revolution, taking people like me who came here to burn the place down and govern the country and deal with Bill Clinton, a good politician. Looking back, I appreciate how hard his job was, better than I did in 1997. And I'm here to say, as the guy that was in the coup, that looking back, we were too hard on him. And if he got to be the nominee, I think he could win. The only unelectable person running in 2012 is Barack Obama. If we make it about his time in office, there's no way in hell he's going to get rehired, because there's nobody in the private sector would hire this guy given his performance.